Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here with another deck profile. So this Sunday I went to a traditional event at Locals, sort of like a Christmas special. It was an interesting event, I'm not gonna lie. Going into it I thought traditional event would be a bit scary, it'd be loads of FTKs, things like that. Actually really enjoyed myself and probably more fun than the current format in my opinion, just because the current format is getting a bit stale now. So as you can see I ran Zoo. The idea being that I wanted the deck that could run the most hand traps. Things like traditional format, you're going to see like Goki U-Link, you can see Spiral perhaps, maybe, though not so much. Many FTKs, Danger FTK, anything stupid basically. So I went, I'm going to play Zoo, because Zoo is one of my favourite decks, and I want to play hand traps. So this is my Zoo traditional deck. I can tell you about my matchups, things like that. But other than that, obviously this will be using banned cards, because it is traditional format. So for those who don't know, traditional format means every banned card is at 1, so you can run things like Pot of Greed at 1. Into the list itself, so the Zoo core is pretty simple. Triple Thoroughblade, that's your normal summon in Zoo. Discard a Zoo card, draw 1. Pretty standard. Also, any X or Z material does piercing. Moving on next, we've got 2 Whiptail. Ran 2 just because really struggled to find space. So many good cards in here that we're running a 45 card main deck and we're still only playing 2 Whiptail. It did suck at times because I banished both of these off Whiptail. Other than that, it's searchable off Broad Ball in this format, so you don't really need to max out on 3. 2 Bunny Blast. People are like, why are you running Bunny Blast? Change Your Heart, Brain Control, Snatch Steal, etc. Things like this. So the ability to dodge spells is actually really important in this format, especially with Zoo being a power deck as such, if you're not playing FTKs. For this event, FTKs were allowed. I just chose not to play one. I actually don't think anyone did, but we've got enough hand traps to deal with that if it did happen. 2 Ram, just to deal with trap cards, and if it's popped, obviously you summon another one from Grave. So 9 Zoo monsters in our Zoo deck. Many more cards. So obviously we're traditional fight. You can play 1 maxi, best hand trap in the game. Didn't see it once the whole event, but yeah, it's a good card. Yeah, it's a good card. No need to say anything for that. 3 Nibiru. This changes traditional format a lot. So the Nibirus are dropping everywhere. In one of my games, a Zoo mirror match, we nibbed each other twice in the same game. Once in the same game. I nibbed him game 1 as well, and I'm pretty sure he nibbed me game 2 and game 3. There's just nibs everywhere. This completely changes traditional format, the way that decks can play around it. Like most decks cannot play around this. The only one that can in traditional would be Danger FTK if they make Azathoth first. But yeah, this is a stupidly good hand trap in traditional format. Sorry, nudged the camera there. 3 Ash Blossom. Generic hand trap is generic, we all know what that does. 2 Ogre. Good for things like Firewall Dragon. Gumblar. You can hit Gumblar with this if they haven't made Cerberus underneath it. Against 6 Sam, you can hit Gateway if they're going to do things like that. Hit Scales in Pendulum, Electromite, because Pendulum's back at traditional format. You've got things like Kieran, Astrograph, Joker, Plush Fire, Monkey Board. So yeah, all around just good hand trap. 2 Droll. If you're playing traditional, you have to play Droll, because you will lose to things like Danger FTK. I didn't max out just because I actually only own 2 copies of Droll. But many hand traps already so far. Oh, moving the mat. Moving on next, because it's traditional format, we thought we'd play some power cards and monsters. Obviously some Earth support. Summon this 3 times. This doesn't really do much, it's just there as an extra body, as a bit of a defense. You can just cheese this out by banishing the X or Z's in your grave that are no longer useful to you. So yeah, Redox doesn't really do much other than being a beat stick. The Phosagem, resolve this once, banish 3 cards from my opponent's extra deck, pretty much scooped there. That was the end of, that was a quite late game, I think it was against the Goki player. It was a really good effect. Pop Gloat Bulb and Bunny Blast. So you get the Gloat Bulb in grave, and then Bunny Blast adds another one back. So if you pop Bunny Blast and Ram, you get a lot of resources back. Please bring this back to 1, Konami. I didn't play the True Draco variant of Zoo, by the way, because I didn't run enough hand traps. You had to run, obviously, the True Draco cards. That's why I didn't play True Draco Zoo. 1 Gloat Bulb, makes Nat Beast, pretty simple. Plant combo, searches out your instant fusion to make Norden, and then you can make these into Invoker. So it's stupidly high value. Obviously, if you not Ash this, then you're a bit sad, but you're a good player, you open Barrage as well. But yeah, plant combo, makes Invoker. Moving on to spells. 3 of the original Engage. Zoodiac Barrage, you pop one, you summon one. It is stupidly good. This means that you can run a small number of Zoo monsters because you're also running 3 Tenki. So you see any of your Zoo, any of these, and you have your full combo. You just need to see one. You can open up 4 hand traps on one of these and you have full combo. Which is why the deck performs so well. It's so consistent still, Zoo. I highly wish I could play it again in normal format. Bring Trident to 1. I might think about it. More spells. 3 Instant Fusion. Summons Norden. Pretty simple as that. We're also running for Restrict, but we didn't make Restrict once the whole event. It's just there for Norden. 1 for 1 for the Glow Up Bulb, and then 2 Pot of Desires to round out our non-banned spell cards. It's just extra copies of Draw Power. We need Draw Power in Zoo just so you can draw into your more hand traps, things like that. And 1 for 1 makes, obviously, Nat Beast. Graceful Charity. Here it's a good card. It's not bad. Pot of Greed. It's also a good card. At one point, I'm pretty sure I drew one off the other and then into like a Desires, I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, the Desires only got me 2 Scorpio. So it's only as good, obviously, as the cards you draw. But yeah, these cards are busted. They can never come back. 1 Confiscation. Use this once against a player. Use it twice. My opponent's hand was like Mind Control, Nibiru, and Barrage as the mirror match, and I was like, I'll get rid of Mind Control, I guess, and play it under the nib. But yeah, really good card. This can't come back to 1 as well, I don't think, just because I see your hand and I get rid of one of your hand traps. Premature Burial. This thing was fun. It's just basically a better Monster Reborn because you can bounce it if they play like Hatronade. We are playing Hatronade inside as well, so it's alright. And then to round out, finally, 2 Imperm for extra hand traps. You can never have enough hand traps. So yeah, 45 card main deck, 9 Zoo in main. Moving on to the extra deck now then. 1 Brawl Ball, card's busted, can never come back. Everyone was playing this, even in decks that weren't Zoo. So obviously in this deck we search out Whiptail. In the mirror match, the guy was playing Zoo Orcust. And he searches Tengu with this, which is a link, basically climbing machine, because when it's sent to grave, when removed from field, you get summoned another one, mandatory effect. Someone was playing this in Dracopow to search out Performable King Bear as a high scale. You can also search the Coach Bearman that makes all Beast Warriors level 8, so make Hope Harbinger out of your Zoo. Yeah, this card can never come back. I wish it could, but it just can't. 1 Trident, card can come back quite happily. It's just a pop. This is the scariest thing on a Zoo end board, along with your hand traps. I love this card. I wish it could come back to more. It can pop a face-up card once per turn if you don't know. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. It's also fun to like Premature Burial back, or the Link 3, which you'll see later on. This is a prime target for that. 1 Borbo, just for going into time, attack directly. Also, it's just there as like a speed bump into your better Exorcies. Hammer Kong, the speed bump. You just make this and then make like your Tiger Mortars or your Chakanines just to detach this to get it engraved. 2 Tiger Mortar, really good for recursion. Chakanine makes the Link 3 playable and also just brings back your Trident late game. Also, you can go Whiptail. You can summon Whiptail off this. Obviously, the Whiptail will have its effects negated, but you can punch with the Whiptail and then next turn you can attach it or things like that, or vice versa. Then Invoker, just for the plant combo. We're summoning Thoroughblade off this. We're not playing Rat because obviously Rat's at 1, and I didn't deem it good enough to play at 1, unfortunately, because we're not playing the combo chat card as well because I couldn't find one. 1 Abyss Dweller, didn't make this a whole event. I've never had enough extenders really to make it. It would only really be good against things like the Gokis, where they can't add when it's sent to grave. Maybe if I was going to play against like ABC, the ABC FTK, like, you know, getting rid of the A's and things like that. But yeah, it's not the best. Norden can never come back. Busted card, instant fusion target, really good. Did make it once, Mr. Steel Girl. The Link, I'm playing this over Mrs. Radiant. It came up a lot question-wise, because you can make this out of the Norden if you need to. You can't make Mrs. Radiant out of the Norden. So yeah, just a Link 2, give us some more arrows. Never used the effect once. Basically, Zoo Link. This is a Link 3. If you don't know what this does, it's unaffected by anything that's not an XYZ, and it can't be destroyed by anything that's not an XYZ. It needs 3 XYZs as material, and you just make this. It's a 4K beat stick. The main effect is you can target 1 monster opponent controls, 1 XYZ in the grave, summon the XYZ, and attach the thing you target as material. So you have Trident and Grave, you go target Ugalite, attach Ugalite as material to my Trident, I get my Trident back. This is a really stupid card. This is basically a Zoo Link 3 and I love it. It's the best card ever. And then finally 1 Nat Beast, obviously for the Glow Up Bulb play. Made this once. I kind of misplayed because I thought he was going to get rid of the Trident, not this. So I used a Trident pop early at one point. But yeah, it's a really good card. Can shut down most decks if you can make it. And obviously, 1 Unicorn token, best token. Moving on now to the side deck. The side deck was difficult for this deck because I didn't really know what obviously my matchups would be. I was expecting a lot of combo. And I'm not going to lie, a few FTKs. So 1 Imperm just to round out the 3. You can side out things like the Plant Engine if you're going to go second, just because you don't want them to be disrupted. 1 MST just because I couldn't have a third secret Cosmic Cyclone, so I used a secret MST just to, you know, rarity bump. Yeah, it's just generic back removal. We all know what these do. The key thing is these are quick play. These are not quick play. So obviously your sided knees going second, but going first, and it's a back row deck playing against your sided knees because you can't obviously quick effect these. These cards are busted. This card could maybe come back to 1 over like Feather Duster, but again, like True Draco, this would be dumb. This can kind of come back if Premature Burial stays banned. But things like Diagram and just any field spell that's not once per turn says yes please. So probably not now I think about it. Oh, someone asked me how why Metamorphosis was still banned. This was a topic that came up, and I literally said because any level 6, so Mali becomes Last Warrior from another planet. Any level 8, like Danger Bigfoot or Danger Thunderbird, becomes Naturia Exterior. So yeah, that's why Metamorphosis is still banned, guys. Just a small little thing for you there. Going second cards, 1 Brain Control, 1 Snatch Steal, 1 Change of Heart. Busted cards. This came back from format, it died, it broke the format, it died, it killed Yugioh basically. So that can stay banned. Maybe come back to 1, it's quite fun. It's a better mind control, but it has the life point cost. Interesting. Mind control is basically back at 3, you don't really need them to be honest. I just played them because they were banned. 3 Gamma Seal, just in case anyone's playing Masterpiece and we maybe see it. Didn't play a single True Joker player, so didn't need to side it in. But yeah, this is just out to Masterpiece. And then finally, 3 Hana Water, just because I don't own the spooky Dogwood Hand Trap Ghost Girl thingy yet, going old school, just stop FTKs from happening. So yeah, that was my traditional zoo deck, guys. I really enjoyed traditional format. Like I said, I'm maybe at YCS London in 2020. If they've got one, I might enter the traditional format with some sort of zoo variant. I really enjoyed the format, surprisingly. Although I didn't play any FTKs, so there's that. We've got some replays coming up of this deck soon, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. See ya.